Hello and welcome to my media museum. My name is Will, and this is part 3 of my recent editions, May 8th, 2024, 45 RPM vinyl records. And we're starting off here with Yes and Leave It. Now this is the single remix version, running 3 minutes and 52 seconds long. The album version was 4 minutes and 10 minutes 4 minutes and 10 seconds long. The B-side here also has an alternate version, which is called the a cappella version, running 3 minutes and 19 seconds long. So if you were to have went out and bought the 12-inch version, which is also known as the extended hello goodbye version, it ran 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And on the B-side was both of these versions here, this a cappella from the B-side and the single remix version on the A-side were both on the B-side of that 12-inch. So the album version was only available on the album, and the extended 9-minute 30-second version was only available on the 12-inch. So, but both of these were available on that 12-inch as well. And if you were to have bought the 90125 album back in 1983, you would have only gotten the album version running 4 minutes and 10 seconds long. But the 2004 reissue CD includes the single remix and the a cappella version. It does not include the extended hello goodbye version. So if you want that, I guess you'd have to track down that 12-inch single. So next up, we've got a few picture sleeves. Now, I know popularity on these on the channel has been low, and I don't understand that. I get excited about some of the picture sleeves that I picked up and shared with the group. But I guess I'm part of the minority group there in that, because most others don't seem to. But I'm going to show them to you here anyways. We'll get that out of there so it doesn't look so confusing on the background. But there we got old Nipper listening to the phonograph there. And Rick Springfield's I Get Excited on the A side, and the B side was a song called Christina. And Rick there, he had a brief career where he was extremely popular and had a string of good hits. And Jesse's Girl being one of them that I particularly liked a lot myself. Next up, we've got us a interesting Supertramp. And kind of like, I wonder what that would look like 3D glasses on. It surely wouldn't be 3D, but might be a little bit weird. So that's the front side, and the B side is about the same, except for it's got a little more notations here, Cannonball and Ever Open Door. So getting to the point here and showing you the labels. The labels are different. This is one of those that's kind of unique. The labels look different on each side. So there you've got the A side Cannonballs label, and the B side for Ever Open Door. So I love it when they do that. I love it when you get something uniquely different on the B side, even if it's just a different looking label. But 1985 off the Brother Where You Bound album, which I think was a fairly successful Supertramp. Not quite as successful as that Breakfast in America that we showed an episode or two back. Next up, we got the Dream Academy. Life in a Northern Town. Hey, my, ooh. Now, this is a one-hit wonder band for me, pretty much, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure if I ever even got the first album or not, but I definitely do like this song. So when I saw this picture sleeve and how beautiful the vinyl was there, looks like it was made yesterday, I definitely wanted to have this one. I wanted to be able to throw this one on for a listening party with the wife and friends someday. So, Life in a Northern Town. Hey, my, oh. B-side being a song called Test Tape Number 3. And I think I looked this up. I don't have any notes here. But I thought I looked this up, and this was an exclusive track to the 45. But don't hold me to that. It may not be. But it does sound like something that would be a B-side exclusive test tape number 3. All right, next up we got something really special in my opinion, and that is Rick Ocasek, True to You. And old Patty there, she had to scribble her name on there, but at least she didn't destroy the image too bad. The price tag does more damage than she did. Surprised they didn't put it right over his face on us. But the B-side's just kind of blank. It's nothing really special to see on the back side, not actually B-side, but the back side of the picture sleeve here. But the disc itself, it's pretty cool. True to You on the A side. And, you know, give me a little more history here. This came out between the Cars' 1981 Shake It Up and 1984's Heartbeat City. Even though it says 1986 here, his first album, oh, excuse me, getting my facts all messed up here. His first album was released in 1982 called Beat It Tude, between 81 Shake It Up and 84's Heartbeat City. This was from the second album, This Side of Paradise, which came out in 1986. So his third solo album was Fireball Zone in 1991. So he was doing stuff solo while still with the Cars and doing work with the Cars, which is kind of surprising that, you know, they didn't break up for him to do that first solo album. But the solo albums were considerably different from the work that he was doing with the Cars. It was a lot more unique, a lot more experimental on some tracks. And I do have that Beatitude. I had it on a cassette tape, and I transferred it to CD years ago. And then I did manage to pick up a CD one day. So I've got all three of his first solos there on a CD source. So this single, well, I got to get my act together here. I'm starting to really mess up. This single was a very unique one for me to get my hands on, being that it was from the second album, This Side of Paradise, and B-side being a song called Hello Darkness. But yeah, I definitely did like Rick, and his solo work, while not nearly to the level of what he did with the Cars, in my personal opinion, was still definitely worth hearing. Here we've got REO Speedwagon, One Lonely Night, and I'm sure you recognize that song. That was a big hit for him at the time. And the B-side's going to be a song called Wheels Are Turning. And nothing real special there on the back side, but that's a nice group shot there on the front. Get it centered up so it'll be in focus underneath that El Zumo. And here's the label itself, One Lonely Night. And the B-side being Wheels Are Turning. I should probably get that in the light a little so you can see it a little bit better. We've got that silver on blue, good old Epic Records with their silver print that caused a lot of problems for me visually doing these videos. Alright, so from the Xanadu soundtrack, we've got Olivia Newton-John doing Suddenly. Now, I listened to this. The wife and I watched Xanadu recently. It is kind of a weird movie. The end just doesn't really make sense at all. But it's kind of fun. It definitely is dated. It takes you back to another time period. And this song stuck in my head for days afterwards. Suddenly, the wheels are in motion. And the B-side of this, it was in the film, but it was not on the soundtrack. So the only way to get You Made Me Love You, which was again in the film, like I said, but not on the soundtrack, is to get this 45. And the ELO had a 45 that was the same way. Drum Dreams was in the film, but it was not included on the soundtrack. So they made some exclusive B-sides. That's kind of cool. Makes it nice to get the 45 versions and get those B-sides, get those songs that weren't on the soundtrack that you may have heard and would recognize. So that's kind of interesting. In fact, I got a remastered DVD that came with the soundtrack, and they did not add this song or Drum Dreams by ELO back onto it either. They just kept it at the original version of the soundtrack. So that's kind of interesting. And I really apologize for kind of stammering and getting a few things wrong in this video. It's kind of a rough one here for me. But I want to show you this too. I got a book at an estate sale. The Monkeys Go Mad. A mad trip into the mod world. So I did not pick up any Monkeys 45s recently. So I just kind of figured this would be a neat little thing to show at the end of one of the episodes. And I figure I'll make it this one. So here we've got, the front and back covers of that book to show you. And, I was really surprised because, doesn't that look like Dennis the Menace there? Sure does to me. And there are some cartoons in this book, quite a number of them. And I looked it up, and no, the artist is not the same person that did Dennis the Menace. So I was kind of surprised at that. But there's just lots of pictures. I'm not going to go page by page here because I don't want to infringe on any copyrights or nothing. But yeah, kind of a cool book, kind of neat to have. And I hope you enjoyed that. Come on back for part 4, please. I'd love to spend some more time with you. Have a great day.